Goran Hunyak boards at the red line, stopped by former wing Mike Powers, Mike Uremovich defensively, Kevin Smith, Beto, and Tattoo up front for the Sidekicks. Dallas will send Tattoo long every time down. He's the last man back up the field defensively. They will leave him back, or cherry pick him, if you will, to try to get the ball long to him. Borja will try to play the ball in front. It's knocked away. Dallas controls and dumps the ball to midfield. Tattoo gets a chance to move. Steve, you talked about it earlier. The key to beating Dallas is just stopping this guy.
That's their whole team, David. You're right.
Tattoo feeds the ball to Kevin Smith off the boards, picked up by Cliff Brown. If you have been out of town for a week, what in the world is Cliff Brown doing back in the Wings goal? Chris Pete broke his thumb to go with an already fractured little finger. He unable to play against St. Louis on Friday night. Cliff Brown stepped in, really played well as the ball sails out of play. Cliff, it's been a while, obviously, since he's been here.
I love this story. This is a great. He's a coach at Kansas Coliseum, as you said. He was more worried about how his players would perceive his duty against St. Louis Friday night than doing well. That shows you how long he's been out. He hadn't played, what, 7 years? Played in 81-82, was 3-0 for the Wings. Played in 82-83, was 2-4. Cliff Brown back into duty, and he's worried about the players who are probably here watching it today.
Cliff Brown had a great fourth quarter against St. Louis. He stopped Preki on a one-on-none situation. On a two-on-none, he also made the stop. So Cliff is back in the nets for Wichita. Chris Pete says he thinks he will be back Friday night when the Wings are home against Tacoma. Steve Pittman and Terry Rowe now on defensively. Second line up front, David Byrne, Omar Gomez, and it's Brad Smith with the ball above the left corner of the penalty area. Brad is blocked by Wes McLeod. He and Doc Lawson, second line defensively for Dallas. Troy Snyder at midfield with Roderick Scott and Terry Woodbury. Although when Wichita has the ball, you won't see a lot of number 9 for Dallas. However, once Dallas gets the ball, Steve, it's very hard to keep Tattoo off the field.
Unbelievable. 359 shots in the season. Tattoo.
Borja has it for Wichita. Off Beto's foot out of play, and it belongs to Wichita. Tattoo is a remarkable story, but it's Mike Powers that we key on now. Mike Powers played in Wichita. Powers, the first ever Wichita draft choice. There he is, the fantastic armadillo. Tattoo. After the 86-87 season, when they won their championship in Dallas, he was picked as the most popular athlete in that entire city.
Isn't that unbelievable?
It really,
and that's a big sports town. You know, it is. There's a lot of guys. You got your Tom Landry back then. You got many people, but it was Tattoo.
Steve Pittman sends it long. Wings want to go long to Dale Irvine. Chests it down to Goran Hunyak. Dallas will take it away. Yeah, especially in that football town. It is unbelievable. Irvine shot. No, not on the line by Watson. It clears it.
Keep a team in the which they play 1-2.
Gomez to Burns. Shot, score! And the Wings go in front 1-0. Omar Gomez to David Byrne as he brings down boards. And Wichita leads it by a score of 1-0.
David Byrne, he looks like Robin Hood to me. How about you guys? The long hair and the beard now, but I tell you what, finally David Byrne is starting to put up the numbers. That's 12 goals now in his last 14 games after only scoring 2 goals in his first 20. Nice play, a nice pass from Omar here. And Robin Hood, David Byrne buries it. 1-0 Wings. Can I call him Robin Hood? Can I be J.B. Johnson and give him a nickname?
It's okay with me.
What a pass, too, huh?
Omar Gomez has had 5 straight games. We were talking about him and David Byrne with a clinical finish by Chris Sobieski. Wings played at 1-0.
I talked to David Byrne about 2.5 months ago, and he was hurt, and he said, I'll be there when they need me. The problem is he came too late, I think.
I mean, they need him, but you're right, isn't it too late? Borja in the right corner, knocked off the ball. Fouled by Beto. Borja in front for Hunyak. No, Irvine shot wide to the left. Beck will run it down on the left boards. Tried to go in front. Dallas should get it through. They can. Here's Borja, but whistle of foul. Hunyak is called for pushing off Doc Lawson in front. Or I think he actually knocked down. And the current number 2 on the list is Kim Ruthven. Omar Gomez at the red line. They just went in front Brad Smith. No. Brad gets it back. Boy, Brad had a sensation. Pittman, long shot, score from the red line. Oh, what a rocket left-footed shot by Steve Pittman.
I tell you what, that was a missile. Sure love this replay. Remember Kim Ruthven? Sure you do. He plays for Kansas City now. That was reminiscent of Ruthven's right foot, but with the left foot. Watch him boom this thing from way out. This is NBA three-pointer territory here.
Yow!
Crunch. My gosh, if that would have hit somebody, we'd have had a major injury.
And is another great hustling assist from Brad Smith. He had a brilliant one in Dallas a week ago when he hit the ground and poked the ball away from Ron Scott in front of the goal and got it to Omar Gomez. Brad Smith just won't give up, and he does it again. Foul on Tattoo for a handball on 1480, as well as watching on cable channel 33. Irvine turns, scores, and the Wings are up by 3.
They're having some fun already. The floodgates already. 55 seconds to go in the first quarter, and it's 3-0. Watch this, and Irvine, he kind of has that top spin shot. If you notice that, watch the top spin that Irvine puts on this shot. Tough for the goalkeeper to see this coming. Watch.
Whoa. Oh, my.
Very nice.
And you can see how much, well, you can't see in slow motion. Trust is how much velocity. Chris Sobieski never got a chance to react. Dale Irvine, his team high, 43rd goal of the year. It comes with only 55 seconds left in the first quarter. That's 3 goals in the first quarter, and that means the Kansas Lottery's given away more airline tickets. At every game this year that the Wings scored 3 goals in a quarter, the Kansas Lottery gives away 2 round-trip airline tickets for the Wings hat trick. Brad Smith trying to make it 4 shots. Scores! It's 4-0.
This is St. Louis all over again. But with an injured team like this, you got to worry about them holding on to it. I mean, we got 4 goals in the first quarter. They had 9 goals in the first half against St. Louis. And Brad Smith, this guy just works too hard. Look at that. Sneaks it in. Hard work got that goal. Guy's on his shirt. He's pulling him down. He's elbowing him. He's pushing him. That doesn't bother Brad Smith. Scores the goal.
Now, let's be a little honest. Had he struck the ball as he would have intended, Sobieski would have made the save, but by mishitting it, it is 4-0 Wichita. Wichita scored a club record 9 first-half goals against St. Louis in their last home game Tuesday night. They're about halfway there. Sidekicks, poke it in. It's loose in front toward the goal. Clip Brown knocks it on the goal line. He makes another save on Tattoo. Tattoo turns in the corner. 10 seconds left. Bangs it off the glass. In front for Lawson. Tattoo wants to bicycle one. No. Turning. Shooting wide is Beto. Borja picks it up. We have a 2-minute penalty in front. They're going to say a handball in front of the goal and give a shootout to the Dallas Sidekicks.
Boy, Cliff Brown, now no offense to Ron Fearon or Chris Pete, but where's this guy been all year? I mean, that was another unbelievable save, wasn't it, Dave?
He's made a few of them. All right, they say Borja intentionally handball in front of the net. So Cliff Brown, who has had to do it all here in the first quarter against Tattoo, now has to stop him. These are the only 2 guys on the entire field.
See if we can find it here. Chico with his pose there. Oh, Chico, babe. He definitely did it, so he can make that face all he wants. It's good officiating there.
Good officiating from our main man. You see him over Chico's shoulder, Gino DiPolito.
What'd you call him last night at the Cooley Roast, the little Italian?
No, that was Kevin. I called him Sir.
Oh, that's right. Kevin called him that.
1 second left in the first quarter when Chico handballed it. So Dallas is going to get a chance to make it 4-1. Gino in town to roast Kevin Cooley last night. Cliff Brown will try to make the save. We'll see if he can stop Tattoo with no one else on the field.
What kind of odds you give me? Now,
for the league this year, it's 30%. Against Tattoo, flip a coin.
Let's see.
You got the best player in the league coming at Cliff Brown, who hasn't played a game in 7 years until Tuesday night.
Fans are behind him. Listen, huh?
Let's see what Tattoo can do. Straight ahead shot, score.
Well, Cliff did the right thing. He came at him hard. Came right at Tattoo, and Tattoo just found the corner. He could have missed that just as easily.
That's Tattoo's first shootout goal of the year, and he scores it with 1 second left to go. It may be his first shootout goal of the year, but Tattoo's 59th goal.
Now, there's a goal you can't blame on Cliff Brown. Now, there was a few of those Friday night in St. Louis. You know, it was a big score. What, 8-4? But how many of them can you blame on Cliff Brown?
Very, very few. He said he'd take the blame for all of them and pointed out a couple that he really didn't feel he played well on, but I didn't see it that way. I thought he had a great game, and Tattoo scores on the shootout. The first quarter comes to an end. Our score at the end of 1, Wichita 4 and Dallas 1. 4-1. The Wings lead it, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. This is Wichita. Wings Steve, came on the shootout.
Well, Cliff did it right. See, the whole line there is to cut down the angle, and Tattoo's is too good. I mean, Cliff came out there and made himself as big as he could, and Tattoo found the corner. That's his 59th goal of the season. He has scored in 12 straight games for the Sidekicks. And here comes my favorite part. This is where the Wings kick out those little soccer balls. My dog's got 4 of these. I've been here 6 years, and all I could get was 4.
You're doing better than some people. The Wings office takes complaints from people who don't get them. They've been season ticket holders all 12 years, and they said they never got a ball.
See, Cliff used the overhand pitch there to throw his pitch to give Byrne an option there. That's like a basketball player running the court for you.
Irvine turns, cranks a shot into the crowd. Who's hurt?
Okay. I think I'm ready. Chris Pete, as you know, we showed him. He's out. Victor Orland's out. Ron Fearon's out. Perry Vanderbeck, Ian Fairbrother, Tommy Stone, Danny Pena. And today we find out Jimmy McGill. How'd I do?
Yeah, Jimmy last night said he thought he would try to go. For those of you who couldn't quite understand, Steve, there you have it. And as he mentioned, you add Jimmy McGill to the list. He was officially listed as questionable today, but he could not play. So the Wings allowed to suit 15 players. In fact, the league asked you to do that, could only suit 14, and the 13th player is the 14th is Chris Pete. Really, they have 13. Some of my material written today by Alan Snyder. Rod Scott pushes off on Omar Gomez, and the Wings
They've won 2 or 3, right?
Irvine to midfield. They have. Dale crosses the red line. Oh, gets by Snyder. Here he comes in the right corner. Recovers up high to Gomez. Omar, let's put a shot in front. Goal!
That was old Omar Gomez right there. Hey, we're taking you back about 6 years on that goal right there. Now, when we see the replay, watch how he uses his feet. He will go from right foot to left foot, and then set it and then hit it with the left foot. This is what Andy Chapman can do so well out front, too. Watch this, how he gets by the defender by tricking him with his feet. Watch. Here, dink over his other foot, and then boom. That's old Omar Gomez right there, folks.
So deceptive as Pedro de Brito, the Dallas defender, looks for the right-footed shot.
Oh, sweet. That is sweet. Now, Omar might be past his prime, and he needs a haircut, but that was a great play. I mean, it's fun to go back to 84.
Time of the goal, 4:54 of the second quarter. The Wings running away with it. Right now it is 5. Dallas pops out with it. Tattoo outside the red line against Beck. Tattoo against Vincent Beck. Down the right course. Brett Smith steps onto it. The ball loose in the corner. Uh-oh, there's Tattoo. He'll score. In front, Tattoo. The ball was deflected in front, but he came through. Let's see if he takes off the shirt.
I'd throw it back at him. I always wonder why Wings fans keep it. Throw it back at him. He wants to see everything. You know, I was about to say, Dave, I think what the Wings need to worry about here is Tattoo makes it 5-2. It's 2 quick goals by Dallas to get it back to 5-3 before the half. That's Tattoo territory there. There's not much. Now, Chico probably could have done a little more. But
watch, I think it actually hits Marrera. No, that hit
his own player.
Yeah, that hits. That goal should be Smith.
Here's a stat for you, though. Dallas this season is 0-15 when they trailed at the half. So if the Wings can hang on to this lead at the half, it's a done deal, I figure.
All right, that hits Smith. Let's go ahead and get it right. It's Smith from Tattoo, because when they see that later, I thought it may have hit Marrera, and I'm sure that's what they thought at first. Now, the funny thing is, on any other team, you will watch a team go crazy if a player gets denied his goal. And they'll jump up and they'll shout and they'll let you know that it was really him. You don't do that on Dallas. I mean, there is a pecking order. The Dallas pecking order goes owner, Tattoo, and that's debatable. And then everybody else, including the coach, way down the list. And obviously, Tattoo comes ahead of coach in that franchise. So we'll give Smith credit for the goal since he did tip it in.
Well, that's why Tattoo didn't take off the shirt. He knew.
I'll tell you, there was one down in Dallas last week where there was a question whether it hit Tattoo's player or defender in front. Tattoo said, nope, he ripped off the shirt and threw it in the stand.
Yeah.
You know, the year he scored, what did he have? 73, I think, was his most back in 86, 87. He did it with streamlined efficiency. He was scoring so darn many. By the end of the year, he just had him roll up shirts on the bench, and as soon as he scored, they threw them to him, and he could toss them ready rolled into the crowd. It was taking too much time to put his shirt back on.
Well, last Sunday is what you're talking about, the Wings-Dallas game. There was like 3 players celebrating after a goal. But Tattoo claimed it because he took his shirt off in about 3 seconds.
It worked. All right. Let's see it one more time in front. Oh, this is a great angle, too, Alan. You get to see where it comes from. Yeah, obviously the foot of Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith now with 54 points on the season. Tattoo with 107. Now he gets the assist there, so 108.
Yeah, now see, he's going to want, obviously, the assist because he's still got a chance to break Steve Jungle's league record for assists. Ball knocked away from Pittman by Woodbury.
I really think the Wings need to worry about a couple of quick goals here. And, nobody home. That was a good pass.
Irvine back to midfield. Yeah, they would like to, obviously, to not lose any off this lead. Maybe get one more if they can.
Well, it's just been a trend this year. They get a lead whenever they do get a lead, and all of a sudden, boom, boom, somebody scores 2 or 3 quick ones, and that momentum.
With 30 seconds to go in the quarter, Wings by a hat trick, 5-2. Tattoo muscled down at midfield by Morera. Gino says, get up and play. Wes McLeod with 20 seconds left in the half.
Well, we're looking at that 0-15 thing now.
Dallas is not a great come-from-behind team. Oh, no, there's Smith in front from Tattoo. Tattoo posted up. And again, we talk about how he can be dangerous in that spot. Now Tattoo comes over and has some words with Chico Morera. Tattoo wants to tell Morera something. Chico Morera isn't listening.
I don't think Tattoo, he's a good player, but he doesn't want to mess with Morera. Here's the goal. Tattoo, good ball, right in front. Somebody misses that. Pittman, who might have missed an assignment there following Smith. We got some activity here, some card activity.
I'm sure both Chico Morera and Tattoo are going to be sent off right here. Chico Morera this is very rare for him. He very rarely gets, now it's going to be a dissent Gino DiPolito signal, so it won't be 4-on-4, which would be an unusual call in a fight. Traditionally, they give him the unsportsmanlike conduct. He put his hand behind his head, though, and said it's dissent for something each player said. And Chico Morera is obviously hot. I mean, he usually does not act that way. He's pretty mild-mannered.
You know what I like about that is I think Tattoo knows that, too, because he wanted to know from Chico what he was upset about, I think, and Chico didn't even want to discuss it with him. Chico's a dancing man. He's not a
He's a lover, not a fighter.
That's right. You know, Tattoo's not much of a fighter either. Tattoo
to Smith. So now we will give Smith his 24th goal. Tattoo the assist. Time of this goal, 14:51. Okay, now even though Gino originally signaled that it was a dissent, it is unsportsmanlike conduct, so we'll play 4-on-4 for the last 9 seconds of this half and the first 1:51 of the second half. Dallas scores a goal with 1 second left in the first quarter, 9 seconds left in the second quarter. You hate to give those up if you're a coach. Ball back into Chris Sobieski. It's halftime. Our score from Kansas Coliseum, Wichita 5, Dallas 3. We're going to catch Wings coach Roy Turner and get a chance to talk with him. And I think we're now ready finally to start the second half. As the Wichita Wings and Dallas Sidekicks pick it up, Dave Phillips along with Steve Dennis. You're listening to the radio portion of today's simulcast on KZSN Wichita. And we're glad you're with us for the TV as well on Cablevision Channel 33. Wednesday night at 6:30 on Channel 33. The Coaches Show. Scott Woodbury in front of the Wichita bench. And Troy Snyder will snap it down the boards. Over to Powers again. The Wings don't want to give up a goal here. Scott scores. That hurts. You don't want to give up a goal when Tattoo's off. You've got Rod Scott posting up as their second forward. That hurts. It puts Dallas back within 1, and it comes at a time when Dallas gets some scoring other than Tattoo.
I tell you what, he had 4 points against Kansas City Friday night. This is just a good goal. I mean, he just beat his man. I mean, Pittman's on him, and watch him just, this is like posting up in basketball. He just kept getting there until he got room and blasted it home. Roderick Scott with the goal. Again, he had 2 goals and 2 assists Friday night against Kansas City.
And as they say, not a thing that Cliff Brown could do. Mike Powers the assist. Rod Scott gets the goal. That's his 6th of the year for Dallas. Time of the goal, 4 minutes and 57 seconds into the second quarter. Wichita on top now, but the score is only 5-4. And you must talk about depth. That is the story of the second half. The Wings have 10 guys. Now they can shuttle somebody at forward. Benigno and Jason Hasper, they can put them in to give a forwards a rest. But those aren't the guys who need the rest. You need to rest your 4 defenders, Morera, Rowe, Pittman, and Beck. But you can't. Those 2 have to go the whole way. Dallas has the luxury. What will really kill the Wings right now is if they have to go on a power play against. If they have
been a fast season. The Wings started 10-10 and then won like 3 times in 18 games or something.
Smith steals at midfield. Mike Powers marking him at the red line. Hunyak to the right. Goran shot. He got it.
Goran Hunyak, I'll tell you what, runs the entire pitch to make himself available to put that away. A good run by Goran. And the rest was just power against Sobieski, and he won the battle. This is good soccer right here. Out comes Smith, and he's got to have somebody help him, and Hunyak's the one who did it. Came streaking down the right side and just slammed it home. 6-4, the Wings take the lead. Sweet.
Omar Gomez got the toe on it. The omnipresent Brad Smith was right there to run to midfield. Send the ball ahead. 6-4 Wichita. You know, they say an important goal for the Wings.
Roy Turner talks about this Hunyak guy like he could score 40 goals in a full season if he wouldn't have got hurt. And so unbelievable.
That was terrific. That was a sensational goal. Borja has Irvine to the right side. No. Pass intercepted. He tried to go back to Hunyak. Powers knocks it away. 7:50 left to go in the third quarter. The Wings are back on top by 2. Snyder leaves it for Powers. Rod Scott's open in the penalty area. Powers can find him. No. Banged it off the glass. Brad Smith will try to step it up the left boards. Smith out to midfield. Troy Snyder marks. Troy Snyder, you'd said, an All-American at Penn State. Brad Smith probably could have been, but he just decided college wasn't for him. He wanted to play soccer. He was an all-city tailback in high school. His dad was in the backfield with Billy Kilmer at UCLA. Skip Smith was a pretty fair tailback. And Brad grew up as an all-city tailback in L.A., but the problem was his heart wasn't in it. Smith in front, trying to leave it for Omar in the corner. Gomez. Foul. Brad is pushing off in front. Yaramovich knocked down by Smith. Brad used to cut football practice to go play in soccer games. And they really couldn't do a whole lot about it because he said when his team would win games 28-7, he'd score all 28 points. He'd run for 4 touchdowns, and he'd kick the extra point. And it was pretty much determined, since his dad had played at UCLA, that he was going to UCLA. But Terry Donahue only wanted him as a kicker. He didn't think he could make it as a tailback. So Brad, which I think is a pretty gutsy move for a kid who's 19, picked up and went to Germany to play soccer professionally. Did not speak the language when he went. He said it took him about a year to master it and stayed there for 6 years. Uh-oh, Tattoo gets a step, but he pushed off to get it. Tattoo shoves Terry Rowe. That's his second already with 6:30 to go in the third quarter. One more on Tattoo, and again, would be a real key in this game. Tattoo to Scott on the right boards against Peck. Oh, in front to Lawson. Scott couldn't get his feet on it to finish, and Byrne will come back to midfield. Scott pulls down Byrne. Just
and
a
he picks
foul.
him back up.
First foul of the half.
The sad thing, because I had a lot of buddies who were great basketball players, great football players, and chose to play soccer instead because they loved it.
Brad Smith down in the right corner. Well, you'll find with any professional athlete, and the skill level these guys have is unbelievable. You know, people talk with me about why aren't there any Wichita players on the Wings now, any Wichita kids? Yeah, we produce some very good soccer players in this city. But until you actually get down on the field with these guys and understand the speed, the skill, the strength that they have, and that's the same in any sport. And you'll find Major League Baseball players, NFL players, Major Soccer League players. Yeah, they were all 2- and 3-sport stars in high school. Doc Lawson, for instance, for Dallas, their big defender, was the captain of his baseball, football, track, and soccer team in high school and picked soccer as his career. Tattoo down in the corner, knocks the ball off the boards over to Kevin Smith. Tries to set up in front, Scott. Scott back to Yaramovich. Shot blocked by Omar Gomez. Gomez to midfield to Irvine. Dale Irvine, on the other hand, though, he primarily just played soccer growing up. His dad had played it for a career. And Dale, although he was big enough, tells me every time he reads in the paper what the ball players are making, wish he would have picked another one.
Yeah.
Signed with soccer. 6-4 Wings. Timeout. 3:55 to go in the third. This is Wichita Clifford Brown.
I like the way Tattoo now called the fantastic one in Dallas.
Snyder. Shot wide. Rowe sends it back. Scott will knock it down. He's got Yaramovich coming on the right side. Plays it there. Doesn't get a shot away. They want to go to Tattoo again. Oh, nice move. Shot too high. You look around the league, who's next to have their uniform number retired? That number 9 will go in Dallas for Tattoo. Who'll retire Kim Runfed's number? Certainly deserving in Wichita and Kansas City. But I don't know, you know, he's split just enough time that I'm not sure necessarily if either one will.
You know, I'm surprised that a Jungle never got his number retired. How long did he play for San Diego? 6, 7 years?
You know, I'd have to check. I would have to check because Jungle is not San Diego's leading scorer. I think he's 4th all-time in goals on their Major Soccer League roster. Jungle left with some real hard feelings down in San Diego, especially with his coach Ron Newman. Although Newman tried to patch some of that up this year at the All-Star break by saying that each year the league's scoring leader award should be called the Steve Jungle Award. From what we hear, they're moving closer to paying tribute to Jungle in San Diego. But relations were really strained last year with Jungle. Here's Borja in the right corner. Chico Borja may well be a candidate, too, for retirement of a jersey number.
That's a good question. I mean, which one of the wings? Is there another wing out there that will have the number retired? You bring up Runfed. Chico is a possibility, I guess.
I'd like to get Eric Rasmussen back for a couple of more years so we can hang 15.
Yeah.
I don't think they've given up. I noticed they don't have a 15 this year, although it's very, very unlikely. Chico Borja to Irvine. Shot too high. 2:48 to go in the third quarter. It's 6-4. They'll try the right side. 1:20 left to go in the third quarter. 6-4 Wings. Beto into the corner to Tattoo. Stands over the ball. Leaves it for Beto. Shot wide. Ribovich's follow in front. Knocked down. Back to midfield for the Wings. Vincent stops on the ball at the red line. Rebovich pokes it away, but Moreira's right there. He'll dump it into the Dallas third as we get 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Wings 1 ahead out of this quarter with a 2-goal advantage. McLeod will play it to Snyder. Troy Snyder down the left boards for Tattoo. See what he can do against Moreira.
Roy worry about this last-second stuff again.
Oh, no! Brown slides in front of Wes McLeod. Picks up the ball, tosses to midfield for Byrne, intercepted by Snyder. Wings have 3 defenders back, though. Tattoo to Snyder. Dallas crosses. Oh, they get McLeod. Back heel. No, he pokes it on the line. It is covered.
I believe we're going to get a handball against Brad. No. Now, this will be an interesting replay. Brad Smith is hurt. Kicked in the back, I think. He covered the ball. I don't know if it was in his breadbasket, as a goalkeeper would. Watch it. And I think he got kicked in the back. Watch him roll over on it. See, now you can't do that. That's a handball. He's all over it. He's goalkeeping there.
And to your right, Tattoo kicked him in the back.
And Gino didn't call that. I mean, here's a better angle. Let's see. What? He just rolled. Brad Smith rolls over on the ball. Sure, it hits his hand. Both hands. He's covering it.
All right, yeah. 2 huge developments right there. One that easily could have been called a handball and Dallas given a shootout. Since it was not, the foul was whistled on Tattoo. He now has 3 second-half fouls. 1 more and he serves a penalty. Coaches throughout the league this season have pulled players when they have 3 fouls. I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say, crazy as it may seem, Tattoo is going to stay out here and play the fourth quarter.
Well, what are we going to discuss now? We got everybody coming over to Gino. Gino's holding court over here.
Gino's going to say, you hear the one I told last night about Kevin Cooley at the Roasty? You weren't there, Tattoo. And what was so funny is I really took a shot at Kevin for the 11 penalty minutes in Memphis. And then this jerk MC told a joke about me, and I carded him, and he's gone. And so are you guys. Back off.
He's telling Terry, I love the hair. I love the new hair thing you're doing. Now, we can only guess what the discussion is here, but maybe the Wings aren't going to get away with this as well as we had thought. Gino has spoken.
Whatever they've decided.
Well, here's the foul again. Now, Brad Smith will roll on the ball, and he'll get kicked in the back. And I believe that's what Gino called, right? The foul on Tattoo right there.
Right. The positioning of the ball as the official has placed it for the restart indicates a foul against Dallas.
But I think we're going to get the shootout.
Oh, that's a terrible call. What they've decided to do is change the foul from Tattoo to Troy Snyder. They say Snyder, the second player in, is called for the foul. That's the first one I disagree with tonight. I think Gino and Allen have done a super job, but I think they're protecting Tattoo right there.
Ah. Well, I'm glad they got it straight.
Wings fans are not. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Can the Wings keep them out now? This has been their problem today. Tattoo. Oh, crosses. There he is. Shot wide. Irvine will wisely volley it to midfield. 3, 2, 1. Quarter's over.
You know, Tattoo has missed a few today that I've seen him make rather easily.
At the end of 3 quarters, 6-4 Wichita. We're back in 2 minutes. This is Wichita. Wings. Barrera off the boards. Borja coming in, trying to finish. No. Back to midfield. Beck will run onto it. Oh, nice volley to Chico. Left corner of the penalty area. Borja sweeping through. Leaves it for Gorin. Hunyak shot. Yes! Yes! And the Wings lead is 7-4. Nice cushion.
Tell you what, Goran Hunyak is one of those kind of players, a la Eric Rasmussen, you know, a lot of guys, Andy Chapman. Watch the way he finishes this. He knows exactly where he needs to put the ball. And he does it. I mean, certain guys can do that. Watch this. He just toes it right there. You see that? Look at the angle he had there to score that goal.
And he had about 1 inch to work with.
That's right. And Eric Rasmussen did that better than anybody I've ever seen. But Hunyak, the reason why I think he could be a big scorer is because he can do that. I mean, he can thread that little toe poke and right to where he had to hit it.
Time of the goal, 2:30 into the 4th quarter. Big insurance goal. Wichita 7. And Dallas 4. Back to Borja. Chico the assist. And the second goal of the night for Goran Hunyak.
Borja is playing the way he should since the All-Star game, huh?
It all started with the All-Star game up in KC. 5 points, game-winning goal in overtime.
Been watching this league for 6 years, and a good Chico Borja healthy, I'll take over anybody. I guarantee it.
Tattoo on the restart. Down at the corner, Rowe knocks it down, and Borja will clear. That looked like it was intentional, too. Nope. They're going to give it back to Dallas at midfield. Tattoo plays. And I don't think there was anyone in the MSL who was sorry to hear that over the weekend what has been rumored forever finally happened when Bob Gansler was fired as the U.S. national team coach. The man they bring in to replace him, John Kowalski, has indoor experience, a former coach with Pittsburgh in this league. I remember a conversation with Earl Foreman when the MSL's man, Alan Rothenberg, was picked to head the United States Soccer Federation, the governing body. And I asked Earl, I said, you know, does Bob Gansler have a chance to keep his job? And he said to me, now it can be revealed. Hunyak tries to get it in front.
Nice
Snyder
idea.
knocks it away. Although I couldn't comment on what he told me at the time because it was the famous off-the-record comment. He said to me, no. Irvine tries to go to Borja. He said, you know, unless he changes his animosity toward this league, because it's hurting soccer in this country as a whole. Borja fouls Tattoo, Chico's first of the half. Unless he'll change his approach, and Gansler wasn't going to. I was with Earl when he got a telegram that right in the middle of the season, Gansler had tried to call up some key players like Pittman, Eck from Kansas City, Clavillo from St. Louis, to play in a meaningless game that the U.S. national team had. And he just wanted to test how far he could go with the MSL, and what he's learned is that this league, the Major Soccer League, is the professional league in this country, and if we're going to have a World Cup league, if soccer is going to fly, it has to come through the people like Bill and Mary Lynn Oliver, David and Darrell Roth, and the other owners of the Wings, and the other owners in this league who are willing to make the financial commitment to keep good talent here. Like Dale Irvine, 2-time All-American at UCLA. David Byrne has it knocked away. Gomez will chase it down. 9:45 to go in the quarter. 7-4 Wings. I think that's a foul.
Omar went down hard. Uh-oh, it is.
Mike Yaramovich plows Omar Gomez, and that's a 2-minute call. Yaramovich just hit him after the ball was gone. You can't do that when you come. They've been dynamite. They've killed 7 of 7. Here comes Snyder to midfield. Oh, not a good ball at all. Byrne to Borja in front. No, take it down. That's 2 minutes.
Gotta call him. You betcha. Yep. You betcha.
And that's a shootout for the Wings. If they score on the shootout, they still have a minute 10 on the power play. If they don't, they'll have a minute 10, 5-on-3.
You know what I love about this play? Snyder will take Chico down, and as soon as he takes him down, he goes over to him and said, Chico, I had to. You had me burned. You see, he just pulls him down.
But you're right. Snyder did have no choice, or Borja would have put the game out of reach at 8-4. So it's a shootout. Now Pittman is going to take it. Stevie is 1 for 2 on the year in shootouts. He's taken the last 2 for Wichita. Both times he hasn't messed around. Steve, he's just gone right at him.
You're looking at a chance to get up 9-4 here fairly easily with the shootout and the man advantage. Let's get the shootout first, I guess, and make it 8-4.
Pittman will take the shootout. Here he comes, straight ahead, and he does it again. Score! Steve to credit, Chris Sobieski makes it 8-4. And the Wings still have 1:10 left in the power play.
Stevie Pittman with that left foot. Boy, I tell you, that left foot could become a very popular thing in this league. Here it comes. The shootout goal from Stevie Pittman. Now 2 of 3, as David pointed out to you. He'll just bury it. Let's see, 1 touch and boom.
Pittman's second goal of the game, his 13th of the year. Time of the goal, 6 minutes and 9 seconds. I love the fireworks.
It looked like Don King's hair on top of the goal there when it's frozen like that. You see that? 8-4. 8:51 to go in the game.
And Steve Pittman.
1:10 to go, man advantage.
Well, on the league, the percentage is only about 30% this year on shootouts, but we're 2 for 2 today. Tattoo got 1, Pittman got 1. Wings 5 on 4. Irvine back to Steve on the left board. Taking the place of Omar Gomez, Chico Moreira high, Irvine and Pittman on, along with Borja and David Byrne. Ball to Moreira at the red line. Back to Pittman. Wings will pass it around. One more goal would all but ice it. Dallas is not a good come-from-behind team. Pittman, good ball in the corner, Byrne. The key to beating the power play, get the ball to one of your 2 guys on the baseline. Borja right or Byrne to the left. The defense has to shift, and you set somebody up high. Irvine will take the shot himself. Save.
Chico Borja.
Was too hard for Chris Sobieski to handle.
Chico had to jump up about 2.5 feet to get his head on that one, and here we go. Dale Irvine, the power shot from the right side. Watch it come right to Chico. Up he goes. Off the head. 9-4. One more angle. Boy, when Irvine and Borja get together, pretty thing.
Not a thing Chris Sobieski can do as he looks helplessly up at the ball ricocheting in. Irvine's lethal right-footed shot just hammered the ball, and Sobieski did well to knock it down. We saw that from Cliff Brown on the first goal in Tuesday night in St. Louis. He made a great save on Preki, but it came so hard, Eugene was able to knock it in.
What about this offensive machine the Wings have become? 9 goals last Tuesday night. They got 10 players. It's like the Shockers scored 96 points yesterday with all the players they've got. 9-4.
Dallas is not a team that you will usually score a lot against either, because they like to play 4 guys on defense and just tattoo long. It's not unusual to score 9 against St. Louis. They like to get in that game with you. They'll run. Powers against Borja. Foul on Chico, trying to climb over his back. On Borja's second in the second half. 7:40 to go in the game. Wings by 5. Tuesday when they scored 9 goals, every chance they had, they put away. And it's been very much like that today. Gabrino shot deflected. Offensive back and into the goal. Cliff Brown had the angle, but Pedro's shot bounces offensive back and into the goal. 9-5. Timeout. 7:21 to go in the game. The Wings 9, Dallas 5. We'll come back in a minute. This is Wichita Wings soccer. Go right here. They get a break.
Pedro de Brito gets the goal on a deflection. You know, Pedro's 3rd on this team in scoring. Do you know that? The former Wing. Of course, he's got about 20 points. 3rd on this team is barely above you and I. but that's a 17th goal in the season for Pedro de Brito. There you see him. He's got 25 points now on the season. Good year for Pedro.
He started hot. Marcelo Carrera started hot, too, for Dallas, but it's turned into Tattoo's show. The goal by de Brito, his 17th from Tattoo. It seems like, Steve, the Wings, especially in their 8-game losing streak, gave up 100 of those goals, where a defender is doing his job and blocks the shot, and the goalkeeper is doing his job lining up for it, and it ricochets past him and into the goal. They gave up one, you know, in Dallas, in the 5-4 overtime win. 2 of the goals, one of them when Jeremovich handballed it down and they scored, and the other one was a deflection off Brad Smith in. Other than that, the Wings had really played solid defense. Kevin Smith will put on the 6th attacker jersey for Dallas. You want to use the cliche or should I? Nah, I get to. I'm doing play-by-play. There's no tomorrow for Dallas if they lose this game. They really cannot afford to lose any more this season and still have a chance at the playoffs. And so they have to pull the goalkeeper for a 6th attacker. 9-5. Borja.
This is going to get ugly.
The arc. Thoreau.
Oh, he got killed.
By Jeremovich.
He got killed.
Just a foul. Terry Rowe once more. Foul on Jeremovich, his first of the second half. 6:59 to go in the game. 9-5.
Now, yeah. Chico leaves his ball for Terry. Watch him just get swamped. Oh, my. Tell you what, I got a hunch this thing's going to get ugly on this 6th attacker.
Wings have played great 6th attacker for this year, and 6th attacker against as well. Pittman's shot is into the crowd. They have outscored their opponents on the 6th attacker 18-10, and they have also scored 8 goals into the empty net while allowing only 7 when the other team sets it up. So there is certainly that possibility that it could happen here.
Well, you know this better than I, but have the Wings scored double figures this year? I don't think they have.
Last time they scored double figures was in 86-87.
Get out of here. Really? Wow.
10 goals against Kansas City in a 10-9 overtime game right around Christmas. That's the last time they've hit 10.
My. Well, I think we're going to see it today. Of course,
yeah, with 6:50 left to Dallas on the 6th attacker, I'm with you. I would lay even money on that one.
It has been that long. I can't believe that.
Borja to midfield to Irvine with Byrne with him. We may see it here. Irvine blows by Tattoo. Can't get it in front. Tattoo hanging on. Irvine back to midfield, but de Brito's there. Dallas really struggling to get its legs right now against Wichita's defense. Best way to attack a 6th attacker, high pressure. Now, do the Wings have the bodies to do it? They're sure trying right now. Once Dallas can penetrate the halfway line, and especially to the Wichita red line, then you force the defense to back in and pack in on it. Tattoo on the right boards. Comes all the way back to the left to Troy Snyder. 6 minutes to go in the game. The Wings lead by 4, 9-5. Smith wants to go in the right corner. Bruno Ferretti against Pittman. Pittman steers it into Cliff Brown. Cliff will just lob the ball toward the Wichita bench. To Snyder and back to Kevin Smith. Here comes Brad Smith. Yeah, you betcha.
Is he a worker? He was the guy that Terry Nickel was talking about. He wanted to get young guys in that wanted to play hard. That's the type of player Terry was talking about.
Brad Smith were a car, he would come with only overdrive. He is always flying. In the corner. Nice move by Snyder. In front of Beto. No!
Missed it.
Should have had it. Got under it and hit it too high. Beto again turns. Nice volley in. He made up for it. Tattoo to Beto. Dallas makes it 9-6 with 5:20 left. Tattoo. Well, you stop Dallas. Stop Tattoo, stop Dallas. The Wings haven't stopped Tattoo. He has 5 points, but they still may stop Dallas today.
Well, here comes again. Here we're talking about the Wings getting their 10th goal. Here comes the 6th goal for Dallas. And there's really not much to the 6th attacker thing here. This is just a normal goal. Beto in front and turns and scores.
Tattoo's 5th assist of the game. He now has 111 points. That's the same number he had when he won the MVP award back in 86-87. So with 13 games to play, Tattoo is obviously going to break his career scoring mark, set a new Dallas team record. And with 3 assists today, you're going to have to help me and tell me how many that gives him for the season. But the league, you can do it. The league record is 68. Here comes Byrne across the red line. Borja left, Pittman right. CD, yes! 10! The Wings hit 10.
We're going to have pizza. Everybody gets pizza, right? They still do that deal? They used to.
If not, everybody's invited over to our place for pizza tonight.
Now, what did you say the first time since when? 86, 87?
Yeah, December of 86. The 86-87 season.
That's 5 years ago. 4.5, whatever. But here it is, the 10th goal, double figures, double digits. Stevie Pittman, 5:06 to play. We might see another one, another Wings goal before this thing. So this is nice. David Byrne.
Time of the
Used
goal.
the right foot that time, huh?
9:53, the fourth quarter, 10-6. Wichita leads Dallas. I think Stevie Pittman's found the scoring touch. Prior to the game Tuesday night, he never scored a hat trick in his professional career. Now he's scored hat tricks in his last 2 games here. 3 goals on the night for Pittman. And the Wings lead at 10-6.
Tattoo with 52 assists, by the way, now.
All right, 52 assists. Jungle's record is 68 this season. Tattoo to Snyder. And the corner ball loose in front, knocked in by Ferretti. You won't get the assist on that one. DeBrito played the ball in front to Ferretti. And Dallas makes it 10-7.
It's a score fest.
Time of the goal, 10 minutes. And 32
Time of the goal, 10 minutes, 32 seconds into the fourth quarter. Yeah, we're getting a few of them tonight. 10-7. Bruno Ferretti gets his 11th goal of the season.
I'm glad you're here. I've never heard of that guy.
Like Tattoo, he is Brazilian. That's where the similarities stop. 11 goals on the year. Oh, look at Tattoo. He's an inch away, isn't he? He says, please, Bruno. Pedro DeBrito gets another point. The former Wing has 3, 2 goals and an assist today.
He wears number 80? What was he thinking?
Beto is 44. 80 for Ferretti.
Well,
I don't know how they figure these things out.
now it's a matter of, once again, like it was Tuesday last week, and the Wings hang on to a 3-goal lead, 4 minutes to go.
Tattoo shot blocked away by Morera. Borja, the red line, will send it the length of the floor. And Smith is back to chest it down at the red line. Snyder across the red line. Now Dallas is just picking the Wing 6 attacker defense apart. Look at that volley from Snyder. What Wichita had done earlier very nicely was keep Dallas from reaching the Wichita red line. Kevin Smith from Dallas didn't even have to cross the halfway. As the Sidekicks, look at it, the Sidekicks just aren't having any problem beating the Wings defense.
Nothing comes easy this year, does it? I mean, these fans are enjoying double digits, and all of a sudden it's a 2-goal game.
Nicely done by Troy Snyder. And it is 10-8. With 3 minutes and 49 seconds left to go in the game. Time of that goal, 11-11. Snyder from Ferretti. Now, Ferretti, before he came to the Major Soccer League, number 80 on the Dallas bench, played in the Middle East. And you would think with all the stuff going on in the Middle East, you would have heard by now where he played, but he played in West Rifa, R-I-F-F-A, and for the life of me, I can't find that on an atlas. Snyder's 11th on the assist of Ferretti. They're in trouble, but boy, they are skilled ball handlers. Ferretti pulls down Irvine, no call. The ball played by Beto, up and over the glass, and the Wings will have the corner kick against the Dallas 6th attacker. Dale Irvine says, despite all the nice things Dave Phillips says about you, Alan, I think you missed that one.
I think he said, excuse me, sir,
right,
but was I not fouled?
I think what Bruno was trying to do was get Dale's watch there so he could see what time it was. He's in a hurry to get over to the big pasta mill buffet they're setting up tonight. So he just wanted to check the time is all.
You didn't tell me about that. Was that a secret you were keeping?
No. We're all gathering over there to continue to pay tribute to Kevin. One of those pitch till you win deals. All you can eat, big pasta buffet. So if you're watching at home, you don't have to be at the game today. You can swing by the pasta mill downtown and enjoy your food. Byrne to Borja. Chico will come all the way back to midfield and make Dallas chase. 1:10 left to go in the game. Wings by 2. Borja on the right corner tries to turn on Snyder. Can't. Oh, yes. Nicely done, Chico, to keep it alive. Dallas can't get it into their goalkeeper. The Wings pressure. Irvine and Borja back Snyder into the corner. Troy to midfield. Morera's right there. He'll chest it down. 55 seconds left.
I think they're safe. I think they're safe.
2 goals. Pittman long in the left corner for Irvine. Dale chests the ball down. Lawson's not going to let Dale get by. He also grabs Dale's wrist watch. Left for Chico. We're hop high to Irvine. Dale shot blocked by by Snyder. Irvine comes back on the boards, can't get it, but Byrne will and brings it back to midfield. 30 seconds to go. 10-8 Wichita. Pittman long for Dale Irvine. Irvine above the left corner of the penalty area. Dale to Borja. Chico back in front. Dale knocked away by Beto. Chico keeps it alive in the left corner. He's still going, isn't he? 15 seconds left as Dallas comes to midfield.
Not going to happen for him.
Tattoo with 10 seconds. In front row knocks it away. Pittman. Tattoo does a good job to keep it alive with his head. Shot in front. Smith can't knock it in. And the game is over. The Wings have knocked off the Dallas Sidekicks. 10-8. Wichita's won 2 in a row at home. We'll come back and start our recap in a couple of minutes. Wings win 10-8. This is Wichita Wings soccer. Back to midfield. 30 seconds to go. 10-8 Wichita. Pittman long for Dale Irvine. Irvine above the left corner of the penalty area. Dale to Borja. Chico back in front. Dale knocked away by Beto. Chico keeps it alive in the left corner. He's still going, isn't he? 15 seconds left as Dallas comes to midfield.
Not going to happen for him.
Tattoo with 10 seconds. In front row knocks it away. Pittman. Tattoo does a good job to keep it alive with his head. Shot in front. Smith can't knock it in. And the game is over. The Wings have knocked off the Dallas Sidekicks. 10-8. Wichita's won 2 in a row at home. We'll come back and start our recap in a couple of minutes. Wings win 10-8. This is Wichita Wings soccer.